Yo, what's up there, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are back again with another video. It is now the year 2026, so happy new year to you guys. So we got another surprise here for us. It's nothing really new, but I figured my OCD is kind of kicking in and I wanted to correct this. So I reached out to Dom, aka Dr. KDSS, and he sent over a new BOTCK kit, which is your bolt-on track bar control kit. So this is what's inside. I'm gonna update the one that I have on now with this one, because the one that I have currently, this is the Shorty version. The one that I got now is the regular version. And the reason why I'm going with this is, again, it's more about my OCD. The track bar on the car, it's not leveled, at least in my opinion. Dom says that it's okay, but part of my OCD is kicking in saying like, no, this should be more flatter. And so this brings us here today. This should be a relatively quick install in terms of putting it in. There's just 3 bolts holding on to the BOTCK on my GX. And so let's get down to it and let's see what comes in the box and see what color I receive from Dom. Okay, so let's see what's inside. This looks to be like the back plate for this. Let's just set these to the side. All right, so there's this. This is actually the backing plate. This is the one that I just pulled out. This is what inserts into part of the axle. And this is where the nut or the bolt will drive through. All right, so we have the silver version here. Man, it looks so good. All right, so cool. So tools we're gonna need for this job: a 18mm socket, a 18mm wrench, 22 torque wrench, and a impact gun. You can use a ratchet if you'd like, but this is what I'm gonna use at my disposal. All right, so we have taken out the gold Shorty. All right, so the gold one is removed. This is the Shorty, if you guys recalled. This is removed. It's still pretty good. A little bit dirty, but I'm gonna clean this up and make it look really nice as best as I can. But I got a surprise for you guys. I have teamed up with Dr. KDSS, aka Dom, and we are gonna be collaborating together on Instagram. And we're gonna be giving this away to one lucky winner. And yeah, we're gonna provide patches, t-shirts, stickers along with this. This is my personal use BOTCK, but he doesn't make this color anymore. And I'm sad to say this is gonna be off my car because I really do love this color and he doesn't make it anymore. But this is gonna go to one lucky winner. So make sure you guys hop onto my Instagram. Make sure you guys follow myself, Dr. KDSS, because when I release this, this is gonna be coming out from Instagram. All right, you guys, so we have I've removed my Shorty. Everything is out except for the plate that's down here. So this one is the one that's with the Shorty. So you just have to snake it in there. This is what it looks like, right? So I think I might just use this one since I already have it in there. So I'm gonna throw this back in, right? Keep that there because the new one is right here. You want to make sure that this end here is facing up and not the other way like this. So again, nut side facing up, going into this hole right down over here. All right, so we are now moving on to putting the back plate onto its new home. This should just sit right in there. You'll want to make sure this thing lines up right in this hole. So you can see where it's going right through. So you just got to make sure this lines up with the factory location. And that's basically it. Now we put in the new the new silver BOTCK. Alright, so let's put on some red Loctite. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our new BOTCK. I'm gonna just line this up as best as I can. Alright, so this bottom one has been threaded onto that plate there, that nut plate. And then we're gonna work on the next one. Loctite here. This is gonna be the OEM 19 millimeter bolt. Again, we're gonna fish this on through here. And that's gonna thread onto the welded nut back over there. And then we're gonna work on the one to the side here now. And then last one is gonna be the long bolt going to the top over here. Alright, so again, put on our Loctite and then insert this back inside. Fix this on through. And then our nut. Alright, you guys, so we're gonna torque this down to 105 foot-pounds. So 105 here, there, and there. So all bolts, 105 foot-pounds. Cool, so all bolts are torqued down. 105, 105, 105, and 105. Alright, so next step that I'm doing is, and this is what I always do, I paint my bolts. So that way I know if they have shifted or if they have moved. So if you don't do this, I recommend that you do. One thing I do want to recommend though is if you guys are securing the bolts in, start off with this one first. That way when you screw the bolt through, it lines up perfectly with the OEM nut back over here. And then you can work with the rest of the bolts afterwards. There's no certain order as long as you do it with this one first. These three, whichever ones you want to do it, but I will go this one first, second, third, and then fourth. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the installation is complete. We have the new BOTCK in place. Again, this is the regular. The one that I had before was the Shorty. And I replaced the Shorty with the regular one to allow my track bar to be more leveled with the axle itself. So before it was at a near 15, maybe 20 degrees of an angle before previously. And after I put in the regular BOTCK, it's now brought the track bar to maybe about a 5-degree angle now. So at near level. So that just means that my suspension is more at a geometrical plane as opposed to before where it was much more at an angle. So what does this basically do for our cars, right? So if you have a vehicle that's lifted above 2 inches, what this track bar does and what this BOTCK, this correction kit, what it does, it just allows the vehicle to, it just allows your car to be at a more natural leveled position, keeps everything tracking straight, especially your rear end. It also makes it more planted and a lot more predictable when it's off-road, and that just means less spotty road for you. And it also keeps the axle from shifting side to side, because when you have a much more extreme angle between a 20, 30, or 40 degrees of an angle for the track bar, you will have some movement within the axle. So having the BOTCK here, that corrects it. All right, so who is this for? This will fit, and again, if you're lifted above 2 inches or taller, this will fit just about any GX460, 470s, 4th, 5th, and 6th gen 4Runners. This will also fit the 4th gen Tacomas and the 3rd gen Tundras, and I believe the Sequoias too. They should have the same layout in terms of the rear axle, along with the, oh, I just killed a mosquito. The Land Cruiser 200 series So any Land Cruiser or LX, this will fit that perfectly fine. And then also the new GX550, also the LC250. All right, there guys, I'm gonna be signing off, but before I do, I want to let you guys know that I did reach out to Dom, did purchase this with my own money, and he did give me a discount, which is awesome. I was grateful for that. But if you guys haven't already jumped on this BOTCK and you're still on the fence about that, I would just say if you're lifted above 2 inches or taller, this is an absolute high recommendation. Can't recommend this enough, along with everything else he has. His clamps, his track bar, all the adapters he has. Dom has specialized in this, and he has done a ton of R&D, and I can't say enough and just be thankful for the dude. So shout out to Dom hooking us up with this. But until then guys, hope you guys have enjoyed this content, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace out guys.